What does sweating in a sauna, picking berries, taking a walk in the forest, and being sensible all have in common? Well, apparently they are some of the Finnish secrets to happiness. More than half of the top 10 cities for happiness worldwide are located in Scandinavia. This is according to the World Happiness Report recently, which conducted a survey based on how positively their inhabitants currently evaluated their lives. Interesting, considering their winter sunlight hours are around 6 per day. And that's when there's no clouds. So why are they so happy? Welcome to Flourish. I'm your coach, Diane Planadin, and this is where we explore how to nurture, coach, and inspire the next generation for success and let their genius thrive. So how do we do this? Well, we do this by living an inspired life. An inspired life in order to be a positive reflection on those we influence. Today I will discuss 3 ways you can hack your happiness even if you don't live in Finland. Let's start with walking in the forest and what that really means. It's just really taking a nature walk, being in the great outdoors, wherever you live in the world, and whatever your weather situation seems to be. Because even on a cloudy day, you will still receive at least 50% of the sun's rays. They still come through the clouds and they still keep the earth warm. So keep that in mind. Even on a cloudy day, you can look at them and go, hey, bring it on, bring it on. Because there's a science behind being outdoors, and there's a science behind being exposed to sunlight and how important it is, especially early in the day. You start your day with some outdoor activity, or a little morning walk, 5-10 minutes, ideally 30 if you can spare the time. And the reason behind that is it keeps your internal clock, your circadian clock, properly set. We live on a 24-hour clock, both externally and internally. The Finnish, they're happy. They're also resilient. They embrace the great outdoors. They embrace their weather. And from what I've read, they really seem to be one with nature. And they're hacking their serotonin levels every day simply by approaching the great outdoors with a positive spirit, even when it's not the brightest sunny day, even when the sun's not shining. They are out there. It will make a difference. What about picking berries? What do you suppose that's all about? Well, my own interpretation about that is that they have a goal and they have a reward system. So they're striving towards their goal. They're picking the berries and they have something to show for it. Not everyone can go berry picking, and especially not where I live at the moment in the great northern Canada, so we don't have berries this time of year. But we can all have a goal, whether it be a short burst or a long-term journey. It's important. And the reward system is important. I've always used the reward system. And not only with my son, because I'm going to tell you it was highly effective with my son to give him a light at the end of the tunnel every single time he had a new goal to reach. And I still do this today for myself. There has to be a purpose, a reason, and it moves you forward. So when you can control it, like you can control the reward system, you can control what the outcome is if you do what you set out to do, versus waiting for somebody else to give you a thumbs up. There is a chemical called dopamine that gets released in the reward system. Yes, so it's not a spoiling tool. The reward system is not to spoil yourself or a child or be narcissistic. It is positive encouragement. And dopamine is, in fact, your reward. I have a show specifically discussing goals and how to reach them, episode 55. So I will also include a link in that on the show notes. So goals are a happiness hack that gives us purpose, whether it is the satisfaction of picking those berries and having a reward, you get to eat them, or just being out one with nature, because your goal was to walk around the block, grab a few rays of sunshine, and maybe trim off that, holiday little extra you got going on. These are both wellness principles for success. So now you've dug into your serotonin. You've let some light into your life. Now you have a plan, a goal. Release some of that dopamine. But what about keeping your life simple, sensible? How is that a happiness hack? It's actually harder to do than you would think. One easy way of just simplifying your life a little bit is just to slow down and be in the present moment. I remember a song back in the 70s from Diana Ross. It was such a straightforward message. Reach out and touch somebody's hand. Make this world a better place if you can. I would love that to be the theme song for 2021. Love it. That song is full of encouragement. Take time out of your busy day. Try kindness. It comes naturally. It really does. We can change these. We can. By doing this, by reaching out and touching someone else's hand, making the world a better place, it triggers oxytocin, the third chemical in our brain, and that is the happiness hat trick. If you're on your own at the moment and you have no one to cuddle with, it may be time to get that pet you always wanted. I heard that pet adoption is way up, and I think people are realizing, if this is the new norm for a while, then yeah, it might be nice to get a pet. Be nice to get out in nature, walk your pet, be one with the sunlight. It keeps you going, that's for sure. And if you don't want a pet, that's okay. Simply pick up the phone, call somebody, tell them you appreciate them, thank them for the impact they've had on your life, and grateful for all that they do. Because giving a compliment is also rewarding. It also triggers oxytocin. So those are a few little hacks, because when you keep your life simple and take control of your time rather than, spending it with your cell phone under your pillow while your child is trying to fall asleep, a lifetime change means that you're making a lifestyle change for the better. And it's better for your spirit, and it brings you into the present moment. You are present and you're living it now. So the happiness hat trick is to generate these chemicals because they occur naturally. They just need a few little triggers. Serotonin, dopamine, oxytocin. can be released if you want them to be. If you really want to be happy, put yourself where you need to be. Change something, think about it, because then it brings you a sense of calm when you are one with nature. They motivate us. These chemicals motivate us to move forward when we have a purpose. And best of all, it fills our heart with love. When we take a moment to show gratitude towards another person, just be grateful for all that you have and all that is in this world. And give your children a hug for no reason whatsoever. A hug is never a wrong thing to do, because when you're present, you've made them happier. You've paid attention to them. You know what's important to your life, because that's going to trigger happiness. Your children are not an inconvenience. They're not. You made them from scratch. You made them on purpose. And everything you do every single day, whether it's your actions or your words or combination, you're adding a little another ingredient to that little, I don't know, cauldron. Okay, baking loaf, I don't know. That sounds silly, doesn't it? But what I'm trying to say is you've made your child from scratch. What ingredients would you want to add into the pot? Hack your happiness. If you're not feeling it, get outside, get some sunlight. If you really want to get something done, what's the reward? What is the reward? How are you going to trigger that? And finally, when you have love and joy in your heart, it spills out onto the surface. Just a glimmer here and there. So add those positive ingredients to yourself to improve upon your well-being, and it will be a reflection on those you influence. Thank you for spending your precious time with me today and rewarding me with your presence. This is why I do this show, because I reach people and maybe I help them a little bit, paying it forward. And as a result, I get rewarded. I'm grateful to know that you believe in yourself and you can use these 3 hat trick happiness hacks to make this world a better place. Live well.